Good morning. Welcome back to Planet Doug. And I am in the city of Dalat, Vietnam, about 300 kilometers north of Saigon. I've been here for just over a week, I think. And it's another beautiful day here in Dalat. And I'm taking the excuse of needing to run a small errand just to go out into the city and walk around. I'm heading to a computer store, no big surprise there. And the store is about 2.5 kilometers away. And I've plotted a route to get there that is going to take me through some familiar parts of this city, but also along a new part. There's a lake here, quite a large lake, and I can get to this computer store by walking alongside the lake. So that is where I am headed right now. One of the big attractions of Dalat is its openness, and the fact that there are these green spaces everywhere is really nice. Got a park on this side of the road, and then on the other side of the road you can see a big field of red flowers over there. This area of Vietnam is well known for flower growing. I took a Instagram sort of video and selfie in that flower bed the other day. A lot of tour buses carrying tour groups, particularly from Korea. As you can see, the front of that bus has Korean lettering. And a lot of these tour groups, they make this a stop. So if the bus has to park somewhere, well, they might as well park alongside the flower field. And then all the people on the tour can go out into the field. They have these little laneways right there. You can see there's a path that goes into the flowers. So you can just walk 10 steps into the field of flowers and get a beautiful picture of yourself and make it look like you're in the middle of a giant field way out in the countryside. But you're right in the heart of the city. But yeah, you can see all these tour buses lined up here. They're all parked there. I've reached the main roundabout here. Just up ahead, you can see the statues carved out of shrubbery. And this is the archway there. That's the entrance to the night market. It turns into a walking street at night. It's one of the best markets I've been to in a long time, just from the point of view of having lots of space to walk around and just an enjoyable experience overall. A lot of the market stalls have little tables and chairs you can sit at. So when you buy a snack, you actually have a place you can sit and enjoy it, which is kind of rare in a night market. So anyway, it's really worth visiting. This is the park that I was just walking beside. That cathedral tower, the spire over there, that's a good landmark for where my hotel is. It's just off in that direction, so it's not very far away. And there's the lake. So I've done a lot of walking on this side of the lake already, and as I said, I went all the way around it on a scooter, but I've never walked along this side. So that's where I'm going right now. Got to get across the road first. Let the bus go by. I'll let the car go by. And then slowly make my way across. Halfway there. Hello. Oop. So there it is, the lake. There's a park and a shopping mall just over here. Really comes alive at night. Performers, people with huskies and malamutes that you can pose with to take pictures, people in costumes to entertain children, all kinds of things going on over there, snacks. And of course you can rent these swan paddle boats, go across the lake. Beautiful place. Very well landscaped along the edges. Nice walking path, jogging path. Yeah, they really did a nice job with this. As is the case almost everywhere in Vietnam, of course, midday is not the time to be out exploring. The cities really come alive at night once the sun comes down. This lakeshore will be completely transformed once the sun goes down. But even today, very pleasant. We got a few people enjoying the lakeside. It's interesting for me to see how people dress here, because for them, being Vietnamese, it's an extremely cold city. So you can see this couple right here. They're like dressed for the Yukon. And of course, I could walk around in shorts and nothing else. We Canadians, we like the cold. Colder the better. Yeah, a lot of Instagram stations. Get yourself a selfie down there. Another one here. Yeah, you could pose inside this sculpture, I guess. Look at that. One day coffee shop. I say look at that because I keep marveling at the number of cafes and restaurants. So here's something quite interesting. The aroma got my attention. Look at that. And some cake. And then down here, I see. Looks great. Hello. Two of that and two that. So I'm going to get two of these because there's two of them ready to go, and two of those. Perhaps I'll have one now and then one, I'll save another one later on. I don't know what the filling is. Could be coconut. Oh, there's a bench. I was going to do the usual Planet Doug thing and just sit on the ground on the ledge there, and then I realized no, and in Dalat and in Vietnam quite often there's a place to sit. So there's actually a bench right here. Can you get a better snacking spot than this? They actually have a little bit of heft to them. So let's have one of the cakes first. I got 4 of them, a bit excessive, I suppose, and it came to 80,000 dong, which means I guess each one costs 20,000 each. And I've been talking a lot about how people in Vietnam seem to be very practical and apply common sense to a lot of common sense solutions to problems. I've been very impressed by that. And then this woman in particular does what a lot of people here do. I got these, and she knows if she says to me the price in Vietnamese, I'm not going to understand. So she doesn't even try. She just gets out a bunch of money, and she showed me 80,000 dong and said, okay, that's how much it is. Like show and tell. It's nice. A cake, basically. That cake was snack number 1, and now we have the other type. It's more of a waffle. Yeah, I think you call that a waffle, right? And then it's rolled up with something on the inside. Is it coconut? It has to be from the texture. I'm waiting for the coconut flavor to hit me. It hasn't arrived yet. This cake, the round cake, was very, very sweet. So maybe it's taking a minute or two for my taste buds to adjust from one flavor to the next. It has to be coconut, but yeah, okay. Some signals went to my brain. There was confusion up there. My eyes were telling my brain I'm eating coconut, but my taste buds were saying no, all we taste is sugar. The eyes don't know what they're talking about, but they're slowly agreeing that this is coconut. This is the better one. The cake was fine, but it was just a cake. This has a lot more going on in terms of the combination of flavors and textures. Much better choice.
Where are you from?
Canada.
Canada, Vancouver.
No, Toronto area. Yeah. Snack time is over. Continue my walk to the computer store. While I was sitting there eating my snack, a local man on a motorcycle stopped and he got the same coconut waffle that I got, and then he came over to chat with me, and I kind of assumed I knew what he was doing, and it turned out he was a guide, and so he just chatted with me a little bit about what he can do as a guide. He had a Honda 150cc motorcycle, and he also has access to cars, things like that, so big groups, small groups, and he was telling me all about the places we could go, and he said his services for a day, transportation, guiding, and translating, like interpreting, would be $45 US for to take one person like me on a one-day tour, like 8:30 in the morning till 5 at night, 45 US. So anyway, I don't think I'll be doing that, but I took his WhatsApp information just in case. You never know. Yeah, still walking alongside the lake. Beautiful spot. I mentioned the park area with a shopping center where there's a lot of activity at night. It's that big orange dome looking thing over there. I'm not quite sure what to call it, but that's where you go. A lot of stuff happening there at night. They have quite the fleet of these Swan paddle boats. I was here with my friend Daryl, and to be honest, when he was here and we were down by the lake, I wanted to go out on the paddle boat, but he kind of laughed it off. It's like, it's hard to imagine two grown men sitting in a Swan paddle boat like this. So I started thinking, they should have a variety. Instead of a Swan, they should have just a couple of T-Rexes or some like a lion or something, not a Swan. Not everybody wants to hire a paddle boat for a romantic cruise. Two guys, man, we want the T-Rex paddle boat, but all they have here are the Swans. Kind of hesitated there for a second, trying to think of what other kind of animal they could use for a manly man like me, and all I could think of was T-Rex. But in this culture, obviously, dragon, right? Dragon boat. That would be ideal if they had a big dragon head like that on these boats. That would be cool. So I don't know what's going on over here. I think if I want to, I can walk up the road, but then there's also another little pond or something. There's a walking path going beside another pond. So I have to work my way. I have to leave the main lake and head inland from here. I have no idea what this is, this whole complex here. Has a fake wall going all the way around it.
Hello.
This is a Kem Bo?
Kem Bo.
How much is it?
10.35. 10.35.
10.
10.35.
Ah, okay, 15. So I stopped to get a snack. This is one of my favorites, Kem Bo.
Kem Bo.
Kem Bo.
Vietnam.
Good snack.
Vietnam.
Avocado and ice cream.
Ice cream. Bo, Irim.
Ah,
Rồi ăn gì nè?
so there it is, Kem Bo. And this snack is 25,000 dong. I had this in the night market the other night, and it was really fresh. This looks like they probably made it in the morning, like the avocado puree. Very popular. I mean, there were so many people waiting patiently for me to get mine so that they could get theirs. And it was probably pureed in the morning and then kept like frozen in there. It's nice and cold. So, benches. Love a country that believes in benches. Okay, this is a poor tripod. Okay. Yeah. All settled in. I had some trouble getting my GoPro to stay put. Have it on this little tripod. Hello, how are you? He wanted to try out his English, but then he failed at the last minute. Panicked. But yeah, my GoPro fell right over, but seems to have survived. Hello again.
What's your name?
My name is Douglas. What is your name?
My name is Ann.
Ann? Oh, nice to meet you, Ann. Coconut ice cream. And yeah, the avocado puree at the bottom is frozen. But very fresh. I can taste it. It's good. Yeah. No problem at all. Hello.
Anh ơi, chắc anh đi chung với một chi anh đi chung đi. Anh đi. Bây giờ này nè là có 6 bạn nhỏ với một bạn lớn, là đi em cho đi một cái lớn cái nhỏ. Hai bạn này đi cái nhỏ được nè, còn anh với mấy bạn đó thì Bill qua đây Bill. Qua đây. Đây con.
Hello, hello.
My new friends. Have fun on the lake.
Đi cái lớn cái nhỏ này anh
Kem Bo ngon không?
Kem Bo. It's very good. Very good.
Thành phố Đà Lạt.
Kem Bo Dalat. Yeah, very nice.
Ơi, bạn
Hello.
có thích Đà Lạt không? Sao bạn có thích Đà Lạt không?
So there goes the boys, the family, getting into one of the boats. I think that's their dad down there. A funny thing about the waffle and the snacks I had earlier, when she told me the price, I was a little bit taken aback. Like 80,000 for 4 of them seemed a little bit expensive to me. I don't really have a good grasp of the prices, but I thought 20,000 each was a bit much because you can get all of this, all of that avocado, and all of this ice cream filled right to the top with nuts for 25,000. So if you can get all this for 20,000 for one little waffle thing, it seemed overpriced. So I was wondering whether it was the real price. You always do, right? And the guide who came and talked to me, who was chatting with me about he wants to take me out for a day tour, he got the same snack exactly. So of course I couldn't resist. And I asked him, like, oh, by the way, how much did you pay for that waffle snack? But he wouldn't tell me. At least I got that sense. And he said to me, well, what did you pay? And then I said 20,000. And he says, oh, same for me. So he waited until I said my price before he just said, oh, I paid the same. So I wonder whether he kind of suspected why I was asking him. And he did not want to betray a fellow Vietnamese person selling snacks or something. And he just waited. And, oh, no, that's the right price. That's what I paid too. But yeah, I don't know. This is so good. There's the lake behind me, the roundabout, and I'm heading inland, maybe another 1.5 kilometers to the computer store. something like that. See if there are any other small adventures along the way. Another man on a motorcycle just stopped to chat with me. He had a vest on with a badge that said Easy Riders, so Dalat tour guide. And I guess there's an organization called Easy Rider, maybe. But I was chatting with him. He said yesterday he took a woman from Vancouver out all around the countryside. And I asked him how much he charged. And he said it depends on the tour, but anywhere from 25 to 35 to 40 euros, depending on how many places you want to go and things like that. Yeah, I mentioned I'd be walking alongside some kind of a pond or small lake, and I guess this is it here. And there's something is inside there. I don't know what that is, but yeah. We're heading up the hill. In my lifetime, I've chatted with quite a few tour guides, like the two men that I've met so far, who approach someone like me and offer their services. But what always surprises me is the fact that, like, this is going back decades, going back a long, long time. They never have a card to give you or a brochure. And that always seems like such an oversight. Someone like me, I would generally say, no thank you, no thank you. I want to go do it by myself, that sort of attitude. But then maybe 2 hours later, I think, you know what? It would be nice to go on a guided tour with this guy. He speaks English. He can bring me into villages and I can learn a lot more with him. But now I can't contact him because he's gone. It always seems odd to me that they don't, after chatting with me, produce a card. So, oh yeah, so if you're interested, here's my card, there's my WhatsApp number, get in touch. With the first guy, I asked him, so, because I was kind of interested because his English was exceptional. And as he said, he went to university for tourism and hospitality, and he spoke very good English. And I thought that might be something of interest to me. So I did say to him, are you on? How can I contact you if I decide I want to do it? And then I got his WhatsApp number by scanning his WhatsApp code. So I am connected with him, but you'd think they would anticipate this and have a little name card ready to give you. It'd be very easy to do. But yeah, it surprises me they don't do that. And I never have. My whole lifetime, I've never run into any tour guide that was prepared in that way. And I would love to have like a list, like a little brochure, breaks down the type of tours. On this tour, this would be the agricultural tour. I will take you to a rice farm. He showed me some photos of a caterpillar farm and then another kind of manufacturing center. And then he could say, okay, we can go here, here, here. Maybe this is the waterfall tour. This is the cultural tour. And then these are the prices. This is the start time. Just break down some options and some possible prices. I don't know why they never do that. Here's something of a small coincidence. I mentioned that the second tour guide, he showed me a badge on his vest indicating he worked with the Easy Rider company. And just now I was passing this sign, Dalat Motorbike Rental and Easy Rider Tour. And they're down there, I guess. Somewhere. And then they have the WhatsApp number right there. Considering that we're so close to the lake, it's not surprising that this is also a highly developed street. Hotels everywhere, restaurants everywhere, cafes, Milano Cafe, hotel there, another one right behind me. And just moving along the street. Dragon King Hotel right up there. It's a beautiful town. A lot of interesting sights. Just walking around. As I said, I can see the advantage of going on a good tour with a guide who is comfortable with the Western mannerisms of Western culture, speaks English well, would understand the sorts of things we're interested in, that would be worth paying for. But at the same time, the first guy, as he said, it's $45 for a day. But I'm pretty sure you can rent a scooter here for $150,000 per day. So basically, for $45, you could rent your own scooter for a full week. So, right, it was one day with him driving you around, or you could just rent your own scooter for an entire 7-day period and just go out exploring on your own. So for someone like me, it's a much better value just to do it on my own. Another big hotel over there, Marigold Hotel. A bunch more over there. I'll stop pointing them out. You can just assume that there's hotels everywhere all around me. But another interesting thing about Dalat, which goes against what I would think of as the norm, and that is, I think in Canada or other places I could mention, if you go to a tourist town, you would expect everything to be more expensive. If you go to Banff in the Rocky Mountains in Canada, for example, you go there assuming, okay, everything in Banff is going to be more expensive than in a regular city, wherever you're coming from. It's a tourist town, prices go up. But here in Dalat, it's the opposite. I came from Saigon. Everything here in Dalat, which is bustling with tourism, is cheaper than in Saigon. My hotel room is cheaper. I found my store, computer, camera, peripheral store. You're not going to get a better name than that. Doesn't look as big on the inside as I'd hoped, but the sign is pretty big anyway. But let's go in and I'll take a look around and I will report back. Well, I had limited success, but success nonetheless. They didn't have anything on display that was of any use to me, but I was chatting with a young sales clerk, very helpful young guy, and he said, well, let me check the warehouse. And apparently they have all kinds of products in the back that they sell online, but they don't keep them on display in the store. So it took me a while to explain to him what I was looking for. A memory card reader. So just getting through the language barrier, because they were showing me memory cards, different types of memory cards. And I said, no, I don't need the card, I need the card reader. So then they were showing me little adapters to turn a micro SD into a full-sized SD. He says, well, no, that's not quite right. We're getting there, but that's not quite it yet. What I need is something that then you plug into your computer with USB-A or USB-C. And then he's like, oh, okay, I know what you want. And he went back to the warehouse and he found this model from a company called SSK. I'm not familiar. I think I've seen it before, SSK. I'm assuming it's from China, Chinese company. And this is a micro SD and SD, and on one side it has a USB-C plug, and on the other side USB-A plug. It's not quite what I wanted. I wanted one with a cord, but this is all I was able to find, so I bought one. It's 190,000 dong, and yeah, there's a little bit of confusion for me surrounding the speed of these things, because the whole reason I need a new card reader is because my old card reader is so old. Who knows, it's probably generation 1.0, and they've gone up to USB 3.2, 3.0, 3.1, 3.2, and he first brought out one, he showed it to me, it was 2.0, and it read compact flash cards. He's like, well, yeah, it's too slow. The one I have now is probably 2.0 anyway. And then he brought out another one, and this one is 3.1 generation 1. Though I don't know exactly what that means, but I looked it up online, and Of course, they give you the speed. Everybody gives you the speed in different, they use different measurement systems. So it could be like megabytes per second, megabits per second. But this one was listed as, the first information I saw said it had a speed of 5 gigabits. So not gigabytes, but gigabits. So 5 gigabits per second. And now I'm looking online, okay, how fast is 5 gigabits? And now, like, how many megabits per second is that? How many megabytes per second is that? I couldn't figure any of this out. And eventually I just thought, well, I think it'll be fine. 3.1, Generation 1. I'd prefer to get Generation 2 because Generation 2 is twice as fast as Generation 1. But I don't think I have any memory cards that even go that fast anyway. So, yeah. We shall take it back to my hotel. I'm carrying it. I'm as happy as a squirrel with a brand new walnut. And then I'm going to test it out. And hopefully this memory card reader and I end up being good friends for many years to come. It's starting to rain a little bit, but I'm really hungry, so I thought I was going to duck inside somewhere to have something to eat. And I've had my eye on these Hue beef noodles. I've seen this name all over the place. Right here on the right, it says Bun Bo Hue. And I don't know what it looks like, but it's got to be one of these. I think it's this one here, or it could be that one there. I love the looks of that one. But maybe I can get them to come out here and I can point at one of the pictures. Again, midday is not the best time. These places are not all that busy, but ooh, look, they have this gizmo for making those cakes that I had the other day. Very cool. All right, so I did duck inside here. I think I'm the only customer, as I said. It strikes me as one of these places that could cater to tour groups. Like a huge bus could pull up at any minute. And I say that just because of the size of the place, how many tables they have. And they have a menu that is in Vietnamese and in English. How cool is that? No photographs, but they have pictures all over the walls so you can communicate. And on one side, I could see, where is it? I've lost track of it. The Hue, yeah, Bun Bo Hue. And then on the back, it's rice, noodle, beef, Hue. So that's what I ordered, along with some sugarcane juice. Looks like 60,000 dong for the noodles, the beef noodle soup, and 15,000 for the sugarcane juice. So, and they got all kinds of kids playing outside. Hello. And yeah, this is where they, yeah, classic dish. Again, this is the style of Vietnam that I remember from the 90s. Serving noodles at the side of the street like that. And then, oh, I think she's busy making my noodles. Oh, look at that. That's a big bowl. And it looks like they were the good noodles that I wanted, the wide noodles. Right there, you can see a bunch of noodles. And then she put them in the scale there. It's like took a handful and measured it based on the weight. Yeah, they're all playing house out there with umbrellas. Oh, and we've got the sugarcane juice. This is very exciting for a simple man like me. So there's my lunch. So organized. They have the name card, as I said, for this place. And then on the back, they have a map for how to get here. Very cool. Sort of connects with what I was talking about with the tour guides, that it would be very simple. Even I, lowly scrub YouTuber, even I managed to make name cards. And yeah, a tour guide would be kind of cool if they had them. It's one of the first things I would do, put together a name card with a WhatsApp number and a brochure detailing all the tours that I offer and what they cost. So I have no idea what the broth is like. We could be talking about a sweet broth. We could be talking about super, super spicy, powerful broth. I have no idea. Actually, let's take a spoonful of the broth just to get the flavor of that. It's all right. It's not a sweet broth, but it's not super spicy either. It's just spicy beef broth. And see if I can get some of these noodles. Really nice texture. And I was having this discussion the other night with someone about al dente. We had some sort of, I think it was maybe with Daryl, probably. But the noodles, to my taste, weren't cooked enough. I like my noodles to be soft. I find if they try to make them al dente, they barely cook them at all, and they just end up being way too crunchy. Anyway, I'm one of those annoying people. I really like my noodles. Just boil them and boil them and boil them. I want them really soft. But these are somewhere in between. They've got a little bit of chewiness to them. But they're still cooked. And they did, I don't know, what do I know, but from what I'm seeing here, they look homemade. Somebody made them with love and care, and they taste really good and a really nice texture. Let's try some of this the Hue beef. I suppose since they went to the trouble of bringing out some lime, I should put some lime in there. And then all of these, the leaves and the veggies, I never quite know what to do with them, but I'll just add some to the noodles. It's nice. Now I know what it is. If I ever see the sign again, I know what these beef noodles are like. From Hue. Beef noodles from Hue. And the sugarcane juice. I think this came from another shop. That happens quite often. They have it on their menu. But I don't think they don't make it here. She had to leave and go next door, and then got the drink from there and then brought it over here. I love sugarcane juice. This feels a little bit sweetened and then processed a little bit. I find pure sugarcane juice has a little bit of a distinctive flavor. This tastes a little bit like actual juice that you would get in a supermarket. It's been juicified rather than coming straight out of the sugar cane. But I could be wrong about that. It's still good. All right, I'm going to actually I think I'm going to add all of the salad to it, all of the leaves. And now I'm going to dive into my lunch and enjoy it. And now I'm recording you. Those are my lunch buddies. So, What is your name?
My name is Charlie.
Ali. What is your name?
I'm Đăng.
Nice to meet you. And I think there's one other ingredient in this kind of soup is sort of like blood pudding. And that's blood pudding right there. It's really good. I think a lot of people have trouble with that because they think about what it is. You call it blood pudding. And it's like, ah. But if you don't know what it is, it just tastes absolutely fine. Lunch is done, or I suppose you could call that, I think it's snack number 3. I was starting to lose count because I had the waffle and the cakes, right? And then I had the Kem Bo, the avocado puree with ice cream. And then was this number 3? I thought there was one more snack I had, but maybe not. So I'm only up to 3 snacks, but I have quite a long ways to walk to get back to my hotel. So I'm going to go down a different road. This one goes back to the lake. That's the way I came. But I saw another road up here, and I think I can cut down this way over here and to the left, and then it's going to wind its way down to the market area. I walked right by it. The road I was looking for was not so much a road as a steep alley. So this is the direction I wanted to go in. And then I can eventually link back up with some other roads. Rain clouds moving in, of course, but it doesn't feel rainy just yet. I think we're okay. I'm getting nowhere near the end of all the hotels in Dalat. Up at the top of this hill I just climbed, there's another one, BU Hotel. And I passed a couple of hostels and homestays and guest houses already. The BU Hotel looks pretty cool against the backdrop of those dark clouds moving in. And this is my road. Climbed all the way up here to the top of this hill, these huge trees. All the roads in that direction, they dead end in this park area. Beautiful coniferous trees there too. And now we go down the other side. These are all the walking directions as according to Google Maps. Yeah, look at that. Like, I keep talking about how being in a hilly area is so nice because you constantly get open views like this. You're always going up and down. There's little valleys all over the place. And the city just opens up around you and you get nice views. Like right down over there. I wonder if, oh, what's this? Villa Cherry, another guest house of some kind. Just wondering whether we can take a look around the corner here. Take a look at Dalat. Another guest house right there. Yeah, if you lived here for a while and you had a scooter, you'd learn all of these little laneways, right? It'd be so much fun. Leonda Hotel over there. A simple but attractive church over here. And then on the other side of this narrow road, got this building here. I'm assuming it's a hotel, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, it must be. You can only see, I think this is the the back side of the hotel. There's the front of the church up there. Ah, look at those trees. Warms the heart of a Canadian. Mountain trees. My narrow mountain lane that went up and over that hill brought me down to a really attractive street. And very boutique-y. Look at this place here. Very boutique-y kind of food place. Banh mi and jams and jellies and snacks. Catalia Hotel up there. I'm back at a familiar district now. I was walking just here yesterday. I think it was yesterday anyway. And the market, main market, is just on the other side of this big white building, just down below us there. I don't know if this counts as an official Planet Doug snack, but I think so. The original 5-snack challenge is based on the idea that whatever catches my eye, I have to try it no matter what it is. And these machines caught my eye. So I thought I'd like to figure out how to use them. And I want to see whether the drinks come out of them cold or not. And I found something in here that looks a little bit intriguing. There's something right there called Good Mood. What it could be, I have no idea. Is that coconut water? Like some sort of creamy thing? It looks to be like water. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can get number 32 or 33. Put me in a good mood. So as far as I can tell, insert notes here and then you enter the number here and something should happen. So let's give that a try. Let's see if it will take any money. Ooh, that went straight in there. That was 10,000. Let's try a 5. This one's a little bit bent on the corners. I've got to try another note. I think I found a better one. It won't take it. Let me try another 10. One more try. I don't know what's going on. It worked fine with my first one. But it won't take a second one. Well, that's very frustrating. Oh. Yeah, I did everything right. Insert money. And let's see whether the screen says anything. It says something in Vietnamese, but I can't read it. So that machine took my money and then wouldn't take any more. I'm not giving up though. I'm going to try this one. Okay, it took, okay, it registers 10. Now let's see if it'll take a 5. Aha. Oh, doesn't like it. Put it back in. All right. Okay, what shall I get this time? Japanese quality tea. 39. Enter. There it comes. So exciting. There you go. Suntory T+, and I got it because it says somewhere on there Japanese quality. The good stuff. And that's the night market roundabout down below me. When I opened this, took the lid off, it actually smelled pretty good. Yeah, nice, lightly flavored tea. Could be colder though, it's not very cold. Yeah, I wouldn't get that again. Has to be colder to satisfy me, but hey, it's all right. At least I figured out how to get the machine to work, sort of. Second try. I'm back at the steps. I came up these steps on the other day when I went walking in this direction, and it goes through a small market area here, fish market on the side, produce market, and my hotel is straight up there. Just have to cross over and climb up that hill. And imagine the amount of work that goes into laying out a display like this every morning, and then at night packing it up again, putting all of this away with ice and refrigeration. A lot of work. Imagine how many times they've done it in their life. Ooh. Got little creatures here. I don't really know what they are. It'll look almost like gerbils or squirrels or something. Hello there. Hello there, little squirrel. And some bunny rabbits. Yeah, here they've got birds as well in the cages there. Huh. And here I am one more time back at the laneway that leads to my hotel street. I suppose you could wish for a more exciting end to any video. This video is just going to sort of meander to a close as I walk the last 100 meters back to my hotel, and that's about it. But yeah, pretty successful wander though, from my point of view. I enjoyed it. Going by the lake, that was really nice at the beginning. The snacks I had along the way. The beef noodle soup, the Hue beef noodle soup, I could take it or leave it, to be honest. I've had different varieties of beef noodle soup from so many different places. There didn't seem anything particularly special about that one. For the price, 60,000 dong was a lot of beef. I was surprised. There was actually more than I wanted. I was going down through the noodles and I kept finding more. It's like, oh, more beef, more beef. It was just too much. I didn't even need that much, so I guess that's a good thing. Plentiful protein. But in terms of the flavor and the ingredients and everything, it seemed very, very ordinary to me. Had it so many other times in my life. But yeah, of course I loved the avocado ice cream. That is definitely one of my favorite things here. And that's it. And I got the memory card reader, but there's still an issue with it maybe, because, stick with me here, my MacBook has two USB-C ports that are right side by side, and I have to have a power cord plugged into one of them all the time. So I don't know if there's enough room beside the power cord to fit like a USB style memory card reader. It may not be like a wide enough space for it. So that's the first thing I'm going to check when I get up into my room. Hopefully it fits. With my luck, it won't, because I find in my experience, everything I buy I then have to go shopping to buy an adapter for it. Nothing ever fits together. I need an adapter, then another adapter, then a gizmo for that adapter. It never seems to end because nothing ever quite fits together conveniently, but we will see. At least I found one. And here in a city like Dalat, that's kind of a successful thing. Yeah, a friend of mine has been asking me for a friend of his, would I think of Dalat as a good place to retire? If someone was wanting to retire somewhere, what about Dalat? And I, gave my opinion. I thought, yeah, absolutely. The climate for a Westerner is perfect, much better than down on the coast. Very hot and muggy here in Vietnam, but up here in the mountains in Dalat, so cool and comfortable. A lot of cafes, restaurants, a lot of things that you'd think a retired person would be interested in. A lot of hills in the countryside, lakes, walking trails, all that sort of stuff. Night market is really nice. But on the downside, say if you are interested in technology, there's not a lot here. You can't go to a store and just buy the latest gizmos. You'd always have to go down to Saigon or to Hanoi, probably to Saigon, in order to go shopping all the time, because you wouldn't be able to buy certain things up here. So from that point of view, may not be the best sort of place, but these days you can order everything online if you have an address where they can ship it to. But yeah, overall, seems like it would be a pretty cool place if someone wanted to retire somewhere. So that's it. There's my hotel, this green building, the Rosa Hotel and Mart. So now that my walk has brought me back here, that's the end of the video. Shutting down right now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.